grab a snack, and find a cozy chair. Because it's time for Don't Make Me Use My Mom Voice, where we talk about all things mom life.
Hi,
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. It's the evening and we're back and you're back because you were on vacation.
Yep, I
How,
have
how
been
was
jet setting.
it?
It was good. We went to Stockholm, Sweden, which was the most random place to pick. We usually take a vacation once a year, usually just me and my husband. And then, with the kids, we go to like the in-laws and stuff. But this time we kind of like, I'm tired of asking people for childcare.
Yeah.
Spring break was coinciding with the same week of our anniversary. And I'm thinking, let's take the boys. Let's take them on their first flight. Theo is, he's almost 5. He's been talking about flying and fantasizing about helping out at the airport, which he did. Uh, and so we looked up trips and everything was we thought maybe we'd go to Uganda
Mhm.
and everything was so expensive. And I'm like, I am not spending $7,000 to go see my relatives in a place that
Oh,
I'm not going to be excited about seeing anything new. So as David was looking, he's like, "Oh, it's cheaper to go to Copenhagen, Denmark, or Finland." But like, what are we gonna do there? So I figured, okay, if one Scandinavian country is cheap,
mhm.
it might be just as cheap to go to Sweden, where we have at least a couple of people that we knew. So we
Yeah.
end up doing that. And I mean, I didn't tell David, but I ended up paying higher prices because I didn't want to go on a low cost airline with a kid. And if it was
No,
like
you don't want to do that.
yeah, it was like Play, I think Play Airline. It's called Play Airlines or something like that. It's kind of like a Spirit airline of international travel.
Okay.
So you can get really cheap flights, but they'll nickel and dime you like Spirit Airlines does, right?
Hmm.
And if it was just me and Dave, I would do that, but the kids. So as I was booking, I went way over budget. I told him, just give me what you were gonna give me for the initial, but you don't ask about the the final bill.
Just tell them it costs what it costs.
I told it cost what it costs. We had a deal. Just give me your portion of that deal.
Yeah. It costs what it costs. It was
Yeah.
$20 at what would be the equivalent for you for Winners? Home
What
Goods?
is it?
TJ
Oh,
Maxx. It was
TJ
$20
Maxx.
at TJ Maxx.
Yeah. Don't ask any
Tell them that.
questions. Yeah, so it was nice. It was a great experience. Experiment. Let me use the word experiment. Traveling with two kids, a 4-year-old and a 14-year-old, oh Lord, with very different needs and very different demands. But overall, I think it went well. The boys were happy. At least I made sure that each one at least gets one thing, that each
Mhm.
of us at least gets one thing that is memorable and exciting for them. And Caleb got a guitar pedal for his, as a souvenir from a really nice guy. And Theo, of course, went to the Viking Museum and he saw a big Viking ship with the Vasa Museum, which has a big Viking ship. And he was very excited about that. And he was excited about trains and roads and boats and everything. So
And you had meatballs.
I did have the meatballs. I almost forgot to have meatballs. But then Caleb, my older son, we were in a restaurant and then he was like, he ordered meatballs. And I was thinking in the US, they usually serve like teeny weeny meatballs as a side
Uh-huh.
or as an appetizer. And they just serve them with like marinara sauce or something. I'm like, why would you order meatballs for lunch? And he's like, Mom, we're in Sweden. I'm like, oh. And they serve them with like really nice buttery mashed potatoes and then like lingonberry. I thought they were pomegranates, but I was told the lingonberry, whatever,
Mhm.
the little red thing. And a certain kind of gravy. It's not as appealing to the eye. If you saw
Mhm.
my video, it looks like, doesn't look cute, but they were delicious.
I'm guessing it's probably similar to a meal that you would get at IKEA. And you did not go to IKEA. I'm a little disappointed, but
I
I guess
completely
you're in
forgot.
Sweden. Why would you go to IKEA?
I forgot, and I didn't. I forgot that I forgot until you mentioned it, and I'm like, yes, that was one of the things on my bucket list. You know what was fascinating though? Do you have 7-Elevens in Canada? Ah, their 7-Elevens were great.
Oh,
They were
really?
clean and had like white fluorescent lights, and they had like areas you could sit and have your coffee, and they had the best snacks and the best ice creams, and I ate a lot of ice cream because I just every time I saw a 7-Eleven, I went in there. They had like good lunches. I'm like, why don't we get this? Why do we have this? Why? 7-Elevens here, like places you're probably gonna get killed if you go in there, right?
Was it called 7-Eleven? Was it?
Yeah, the
Oh,
7-Eleven
really?
is
Oh, I
the
didn't know
real
it was
name.
like a worldwide chain.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't realize that they had like a different one called Presbyterian or something like that. That is like, I think it's a local 7-Eleven version,
Hmm.
but there was always a 7-Eleven as well in every street. There's also a lot of them. There were so many of them in every street corner. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
Well, you
I
had
took
fun.
them
Your
to
pictures
visit.
looked really good.
You know me and my colors. Got
Always
my
love it.
colors.
You're always
Yeah,
very coordinated. I love it. Did you research the spots? Because you said you usually
I
research colorful spots, right?
I do, but this one, Sweden, as you may have noticed the pictures, I was more colorful than the backgrounds. There was
Okay.
not enough color, and at first I was like, "What is there to see in this town?" I could not. If even when you look on Instagram, there's not a robust visit Stockholm,
Hmm.
you know, number of posts. Unlike, say, Lisbon, where it's like, here's where to go. There's Pink Street, there's the yellow walls, there's this, there's that, the other. There wasn't like one thing. I would go to visit friends, but I would not go again as a tourist. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now that you've done this experience with the boys on the planes, will you continue to travel with them in the future? Or will you need another big break?
I'm gonna travel with them, but I'm thinking because I it's so much easier when it's just me and Dave because we don't even have a date night, right?
Right. Yeah.
So what I think I'm going to do is every other year,
Hmm.
like one year me and Dave, the next year me and the boy, all of us with the boys. I was like, can we pull off 2 trips a year? I'm like, okay, well that's burning money. That's we're getting on the expensive side of things. So and this is a shorter, more affordable trip like going to Costa Rica or
Hmm.
Puerto Rico, but we don't neither of us enjoy the islands. Have you been to any of the islands?
I've been nowhere. Come on.
We gotta get you out of
I've been
Niagara.
nowhere. Who are
We gotta
you?
get you to
Who
see more
do you
than
think you're
waterfalls.
talking to?
We need you to see more than waterfalls.
I went to Buffalo last weekend, so I got out of Canada.
Yay, bravo.
I went shopping in Buffalo. I got some really cute dresses.
Wait, did you go to Target?
I did go to Target, yeah, but there wasn't really anything good there. I didn't really get anything there.
So where did you shop? Where did you go shopping?
At a mall. It's called
Okay.
Walden Galleria. Anybody who's listening that's local probably would know it. It's just a big
How
mall.
do you have to show your passport? Well, you don't. Do you have to show your passport to go
Yeah,
between?
yeah, to go
Okay.
across, yeah.
Huh.
But
That's funny.
but yeah.
Like
So
I
I
went
went
overseas.
shopping in Buffalo.
You went abroad. You went abroad. You go on overseas. Well, it's not overseas, but abroad. You go shopping abroad.
I go international shopping.
You know what Kevin should do? He should be like, honey, I'm gonna take you shopping abroad, and then he takes you across the border.
We do that sometimes. We go over because they have the good pizza in Niagara
Oh,
Falls, New York. So we go over for pizza and we'll go to Target and then we come home all in an evening.
yeah. Too
It's
bad
an
you're not as
evening of
close.
fun.
Saying too bad you're not as close to New York City, because then you could go for a weekend and do Broadway and stuff. But then it's like, how's that?
Oh, my
Eight
goodness.
hours? It's much longer than
I
that. Yeah.
think so. I think it's like an 8 hour drive, something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. Then it's easier to just fly.
Yes, it's definitely just easier to fly. I
Yep.
went to see Hamilton again last week.
How do you get the tickets?
I got tickets for Christmas from my dad. So I went with
Oh
my
yeah.
dad. Him and I went.
But how have you? I thought, don't you have to get into a lottery or something? Like, how did your dad get
No,
them?
no, like, I mean, they're not, I think they might be easier to get now because they've added a bunch of dates. But when they first came out, because I have like, so the theaters in Toronto, it's all owned by this one like person or whatever called Mervish. It was Ed Mervish was his name. So he's dead now, but like his family owns like all the theaters and stuff. So they do all the productions. So I have like a Mervish account, just like an online sign in
Oh.
account kind of thing when I have tickets. So for people that had that, they got like 2 days early access to have a chance to get tickets before they went on sale to the general public. So I had my dad log in with my account and buy the tickets. He's like, but you're
Wait,
going to
for
know
your
that I
back
got them
for wait, how? It was like for your
for
present,
my
you
for
told him
my
what you wanted.
present.
Did
Yeah, I
you tell
told
him
us,
what you wanted?
but that's how it always works at Christmas. I usually pick
Oh,
one thing that I don't want to buy myself, and I'll ask my dad for it for Christmas.
okay,
Like
makes sense. I
within
guess.
reason. Like I don't get to ask for a car or anything. With like there's a budget.
Have you tried
But
asking for a car and see what happened?
well, no, but I know that that would never happen.
You don't know that. You don't have to unlock my
I
daughter
know
so
the
much.
limitations. I know my father's limits, especially now that there's two grandkids to buy for. There's more limits.
Oh yeah.
So
And maybe when Lucas turns 15, he can be like, Granddad, I'd like a car now that I can drive. What's the
maybe
driving age? What's the driving age in Canada?
16.
Okay, so a year older than the US. It's
Yeah.
15.
But yeah, like I knew that I wasn't going to buy the tickets myself, so I asked him for the tickets. So I gave him my login and he got the tickets and whatever. And then like I got the email notification saying, "Congratulations, you got tickets." And I was like, "Yeah."
I want to go when it's in DC, and I don't know when. I need to figure out when. I keep forgetting that Broadway is New York, like Broadways. Broadway is New York, right? Because of the street,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's not okay.
But all the shows do like they have tours and stuff. They have a touring cast. Like there's
Yeah.
usually a Broadway cast and then there's a touring cast. So they go all
Um,
over.
I don't. Yeah, I never understand that because I'm like, wait, how are you in this place and then this place and this place? How do you do it?
Yeah, that's usually a touring cast. So
Yeah, I want to take Caleb to see the Book of Mormon. I think he would be
oh, I
amused by
liked
that one.
that.
Yeah, then
It's a little offensive, but it's really
yeah,
funny.
he likes that kind of humor.
I saw that when it came to Toronto a few years ago. That was another Christmas present from my father.
Wait, so is it just like a sunny thing that just get me Broadway shows?
Well, if there's a show that I want to see, then I'll ask for
Yeah,
it.
there was Jesus Christ Superstar in DC recently. I should have. Have you watched it?
I haven't seen that, but that was actually in Toronto in the winter.
Oh, yeah. I want.
I would have gone to go see it, but the weather's unpredictable. It came in February and the weather's unpredictable and I didn't want to
Oh,
get tickets and then like it's a super snowy day and I couldn't get out there.
yeah. I know. Like, yeah. I want to go see that just because I heard of it, but I guess I realized both the shows I said are definitely offensive shows.
Uh, eh. I
I'm
went to
looking
go
to offend.
I went to go see Rent a few weeks ago too.
Was it good?
It was it wasn't my favorite musical. It was okay. I understand the whole like movement it created for musicals and Broadway because it was so different than other musicals that had kind of come out at that time because it was done in the 90s, right? Because
Oh,
it's like about the AIDS epidemic in New York and gentrification and like LGBTQ like rights and stuff like that. So it had a lot of impact on that. Plus, it created like this whole new audience for Broadway and musicals because it's more modern, like it's not your typical musical. I think that's what brought about like the rush seats that Broadway has. So like you can get tickets last minute kind of thing. So it
oh,
started with Rent so that more people could go see it. The guy that wrote it, he died like on opening night. He had like a brain aneurysm or something. So
oh
he died.
wow.
He never got to see it. So I know all of that, but I'm sitting there watching it, and some of the songs are a little cheesy. I did cry. It did make me
I like
cry.
cheesy.
I got emotional. Um, but yeah, it's just very of its time in the 90s. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but I know some people love it and they're diehard Rent fans, and that's great. I'm happy for them.
But it's just not.
I don't know if someone gave me a free ticket and was like, "Here, do you want to come with me to see Rent?" Sure. But I don't know if I would buy a ticket for myself to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't done much. Well, as you know, I don't do much to entertain myself outside of the house. I just do my one big trip in the year and then I'm like, I'm gonna stay on the couch. But yeah, I want to try to go out more a little bit more.
Do it. Go for your fancy tea.
Yeah. And you've been taking the kids or you took the kids to
We went
like
to
the
well,
Six Flags of
well,
Canada where the
it
people
was
are friendly at.
Wonderland. It's
Huh?
Canada's Wonderland, so it's like a Six Flags kind of.
Yeah.
It's an amusement park with rides. So yeah, we had early access yesterday. So like the park technically opens next weekend, but we got like early access tickets. So we went yesterday.
Oh, so is it like closed for the winter and then they open
Yeah,
after?
yeah. It
Oh,
usually closes. They usually have some kind of like Christmas market stuff, but then it'll close for the winter and it reopens around this time. But it was like cold and rainy. Like it wasn't very nice weather
ew, yeah.
yesterday. So we got there about 10 o'clock when it opened and we left around 3. But there's a mall like literally right across the street. So like you exit the park and go across the highway kind of thing, and there's a mall. So we went to the mall.
Oh, I thought like you were out in the cold till 3 o'clock. That's a lot of
Oh, we
commitment.
were. We were out in the cold until 3 o'clock. Like we left the park at 3 o'clock.
Oh my goodness.
But
How did the
we
boys
went
handle it?
like they were fine. Like we went on rides and they had a good time. I think it would have been better, obviously, if the weather was nicer.
Yeah.
But they made the best of it, and they had never been to Wonderland. Like Lucas went when he was 4, so he obviously doesn't
Yeah,
really
that's
remember
yeah.
it.
I don't think does he even remember?
Yeah, and like Nick had never been, so it was a chance to just go and have fun. Because otherwise, like I don't like going to amusement parks because I don't like lines, I don't like waiting. I'm not even very good with rides. Like I went on 2 roller coasters, and my stomach was like I thought I had to lie down. Like I felt so sick. I could not go on it. And there's this one ride that at first, before we went, Nick was like, I really want to go on this one ride. It's called like the Yukon Striker or something. But I guess all of his friends at school that had been was like, you have to go on that ride. It's the best ride. So I'm like, all right, I will suck it up. I will just close my eyes the whole time and I'll go on this ride with you. And then I think he watched a video of it because on YouTube you can watch like the point of view rides kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think he watched it and was like, no, I don't want to do it. So we were walking through the park and like you can walk like by the ride. So we were watching the people and it goes up this steep, steep hill. And then it's like a really far drop down, but it like hangs at the top for like, I don't know, 10 seconds. So you're just staring down. You're just suspended.
Nope.
And
I
then
would
it
not do
drops
that
and it goes so fast. And I'm like, no, I am so glad we didn't do that.
I would do it only if I wanted to go viral because I'd probably be the most dramatic person on it.
So
I'd be like, Jesus, God, Buddha, Allah, come save me.
everybody. So
Yeah.
yeah, we did that yesterday. And what else have we done? I took Nick to a drag brunch.
Oh yeah, how did you like that?
So he was very excited to go because we watch RuPaul's Drag Race together, right? Like
Okay,
that's our thing that we do. So I told him like I booked us to go to a drag brunch because he was really into it, like he likes it. So he was super excited to go, very excited. So we got there and we had our food and everything, and then the drag queens came out and the music is so loud. It was super loud. And I think he was kind of overwhelmed because
Oh,
like you watch it on TV and they're like TV size, right? Like the people are little. But you get there and in real life, I
yeah.
think he kind of forgets that they're men. So they're tall, their hair is big, their shoes are big, their dresses are big, everything is big and over the top. So I think he just got overwhelmed with everything.
Poor thing.
But like he had fun, he liked it. He liked the food, he liked the entertainment. Like I was singing along with all the songs, and they like come up and they interact with you, and like he
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I don't know if he'll go again, just because I think now he realizes these are huge people.
It's much easier to watch on TV than in like
It's
real
easier
life
to watch on
performance.
TV. But I mean, I told him like the new season of Drag Race starts on May 12th. I'm like, are you going to watch it with me? He's like, oh yeah, I'm so excited.
Oh, I thought, yeah, I was gonna ask it, like, did that turn him off of the show? But it sounds
No,
like he's still
he's all excited. Like we watched the finale was a few weeks ago. Like after we had gone to the brunch, the finale of Drag Race was a few weeks after that. And we watched it, and he was all like, "Oh, I hope Sasha Colby wins or Anitra." And we wanted Anitra to win, but she didn't win. Sasha Colby won, which is fine because she's good too.
I've watched it on a snips in again, me not watching TV, in bits and pieces, but I haven't. Maybe I'll sit down and watch a whole episode. See, that I can handle. Watching movies, I may not be able to handle, but like
Yeah.
TV where it's like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, I can sit down for that.
I feel like I
Anything.
just talked for a whole lot there.
No, I talked a lot in the beginning. We were updating. We've not caught up in like a little bit. So because I had my trip and then I came
Yeah.
back last weekend and then I was jet lagged and so yeah, we're kind of catching up.
Well, and there was Easter in there too.
Oh yeah, there was Easter. There's a lot that will patch into April.
I think we were supposed to record the Sunday of Easter weekend, but you got caught up in something and I was feeling sick anyway. So I was like, I'm glad that you forgot because I
Oh,
didn't
that's
want
when I
to.
accidentally ghosted you.
No, but it's fine because I felt sick and I'm like, I kind of hope she forgot because I don't want to do it. I'm not
No,
feeling
I've
well.
had moments where I completely blank out. Remember one day when I was like, "Oh my God, sorry, Sarah, I completely forgot," and then it turned out we had recorded, but I had like completely
Yeah.
forgotten. And it felt like it was like more than 2 weeks, and it was just like a couple of days later, and I'm like, "How did I forget
Yeah, no, we
something
recorded.
that
You were
significant?"
fine.
But yeah, my my brain is, I have seen so many squirrels in my head.
That's okay. So, your exciting news that we have yet to discuss because you
Oh
saved it for
yeah,
this. Who did you have a selfie with?
I had a selfie with none other than the OG selfie queen, Paris Hilton.
Oh my God.
So,
How
this
did
week,
that happen? Tell.
so this week is like the week, yesterday, Saturday is the week of the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Mhm.
So that week is generally just parties in DC. Celebrities come to town. So if they have any business in Congress, that's also the time for that. They time it for that way. So she's been pushing for a bill to prevent like institutional child abuse. I think she was abused in a boarding school.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they always sell those things to the region. They're like, you're gonna have this sanctuary, and then they abuse children. So she was there, and I was walking from one part of Congress to the other, and then I saw people gathering. There was like press conference, and I'm like, what's going on? They're like, oh, Paris Hilton's there. I was like, oh, okay, I'll take pictures. So I took pictures and I moved on, and I wandered off, and I, went from one door to another, and then I was going up the elevator. This is not like 30 minutes later, right? I was going up an elevator and this guy comes and like holds the elevator and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Okay, it's more than a couple of seconds. Usually you're holding for like somebody to run. And like, are you coming? Should we hold for everybody? I'm like, everybody? Who's everybody? Like this elevator is almost already full. And then turns out he was holding the elevator for Paris Hilton.
Oh my
Like,
God.
I saw her stand there and I'm like, this elevator looks full. Is she gonna come in? And I take out my phone and she comes right in. I was like, wow, she's so humble. Because I really thought, like, if you see the selfie, you could see, like, we are squished, right? There was a lot
Yeah.
of people in there. And she sees me with my camera, my phone on, and she's like, leans over to me, puts her hand on my shoulder, and she's like, take it. And she smiled. I was like, oh, she's so sweet.
Were you trying to
And
like
I felt like,
sneak
oh
a
my God, I wish
picture?
I had more time with her.
Were you trying to sneak a picture of her or were you just gonna
Like, it was clear that I was taking a picture of her. Like, she could see that, but I wasn't going to be like, hey, can you smile? But then she's like, I'm gonna ride with this. I'm like, I should have had my good angle. I should have turned it this way around. Like you got me when I was tired, and like, but cool. We have a picture with Paris Hilton.
Oh, exciting. I don't even know if I would just be like, oh my God. Oh my God. I would be
I
frozen. I
know.
wouldn't even know what to do.
And then I was also starstruck. And then elevator, somebody comes and goes out, and then later on, I'm like, I should have followed her. I should have been like, hey, we talk. What are you doing here? Like the quick interview. And I'm like, oh, I should have thought about that. But in those moments where you're starstruck,
Yeah.
you're not thinking straight. So yeah.
No, you always go back all those things I could have said or done or
Yeah, and I put it on my Instagram, and I was surprised at how many people are interested in it. I was like, I don't get much engagement on my Instagram. I just post like a vanity project for myself, but
because it's
yeah,
Paris Hilton. It's
it's
exciting.
Paris. Yeah,
Well, I'm super jealous. And you looked great. Like your little jacket and your dress. So cute.
yeah, but I look tired. You can tell that I was jet lagged. Like my eyes were red. Thea, what are you doing here?
It's okay.
Here we have a little visitor here. You want to come say hi to my friend Sarah, then you go to bed? Okay.
Hello.
You're supposed to be in bed. Say
Hello.
say hi to me, Sarah.
How
All
are
right.
you?
school. You're supposed to be in bed.
Did you have a fun trip? Yeah. What was your most favorite thing that you did?
Seeing the Viking ships.
You saw the Viking ships? I'm super jealous. Did you get
That was
pictures
cool,
with the
right?
Viking ships?
She's asking, did you get pictures with the Viking ship?
Yeah.
Mommy took
Yeah.
many pictures. Way too many.
A lot.
I like your silly faces.
All right. Say good night to Miss Sarah. What are you
Good
doing?
night.
Bye.
We only have limited time on the thing.
Good night.
You can edit that out. Yeah.
Okay, you know, here.
Yeah.
You know,
Take a banana.
yeah,
Take a
take a
banana.
banana. Yeah, you have a banana. Come on.
Good night.
Whoa, you
Yeah.
Usually I just keep it in because it's cute.
What?
Usually I just keep it in because it's cute.
You can. I mean, like it's not like we're like in a very strict, regimented thing. So
It's fine. It's all good.
bye, Theo. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly.
Yes,
Peanut
Kate,
butter
I'm
jelly
back.
time. Peanut butter jelly time.
He's singing peanut jelly time. Okay, now good night. Love you. See you later. We only have limited time here.
Come.
Yeah, I managed to put him to bed like.
It's a banana boat.
What's the thing? We have a lot of
Hey,
things.
look at my face.
Yes, you're cute. Bye bye.
I have a lot of things we gotta do here.
Theo, you're cute. Okay, you want to show? He wants to show you his banana face. There, you have a
Okay.
banana face.
Oh my goodness, that's a big banana smile.
Yeah. All right. Good night. All right. Bye bye.
Come on.
I'm driving the steering.
Bye. You made the mistake of being interested in him.
I'm sorry.
Miss Sarah and I want to go. Want to finish.
Banana.
Yeah. All right.
The banana.
You say hi to her in the morning, and then in the morning he'll remind me to call you. Yeah. So that was this week. That was my Paris Hilton sighting. If I had gone out more, I think I would have seen more celebrities. But yesterday, I just wanted to relax. I didn't have an invitation. If I wanted, I probably could have found one, but I was just happy to just chill. But all celebrities were around time. Roy Cooper. I keep forgetting his name. Do you watch Saturday Night Live?
Not really anymore. I used to. I haven't watched it in years. It's on too
Okay.
late, and I'm old, and I go to bed early.
I know, me too. So I don't know if you would care about Roy Wood Jr., but he's like a comedian. So he was the Daily Show. He used to be on Trevor Noah's show, but he was the
Okay.
one who, yeah, so they had him do all the jokes for the main event yesterday, and he was funny. He made a lot of jokes about Biden's age.
Oh, it's
Which-
fun.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it. I feel like, what did I do today? I feel like I did something today. Where did I go? I went to a birthday party today, just for like a first birthday.
And then you did a thing with your girls, with your moms. It wasn't
Oh, the
today.
mom weekend. The mom weekend
Yeah.
we did last weekend. That's when I went to Buffalo. We went to Buffalo on the Saturday, and we had a sleepover at the cottage the Friday and the Saturday night.
Oh, so this was a really serious overseas trip where you actually spent the night.
Well, we didn't stay overnight in the States. We stayed overnight still in Canada, but we drove over to the States.
Oh, I see.
Yes. So not that fancy.
I like that I admire that you have like a consistent group of mom friends that you get together with periodically. I don't have that. I mean, I have friends who also just coincidentally happen to be moms, but there's no like my mom groups. I miss kind of wish I had that.
Yeah, it's mostly like my one friend Erin, she's kind of like the leader of the group, so she makes sure that we all kind of connect and stay together.
Yeah.
So it's all on her.
I guess somebody has to plan. If I wanted to, I probably would. I used to have a group for happily divorced people, obviously. That sounds like something I would start. I started something for happily divorced people, and we would meet, and it was fun, and I made some good friends from it, dated one or two of them.
Yeah.
And then I met Dave, so I was like, well, gotta go. So I handed it over to somebody else. I've never taken a peek to see whether the group still exists. It's been 7 years since I handed it over to somebody else.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
sometimes Sometimes I just like to be by myself though too. I was just doing things on my own, hanging out at the house. Sometimes going out is just too much.
Yeah, as long as you're not doing it too frequently or nobody gets offended if I'm doing group stuff, I want people to understand that sometimes I'm gonna want to just not go out. I want to be like chill, like you guys gonna go to the jacuzzi, you go, I'll stay,
Yes.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Like right now, 90 Day Fiance starts in 15 minutes. So I'm going to put on my pajamas, get some Cheetos, and sit on the couch and watch it.
I haven't watched this season.
Okay, it's good. It's
I've
pretty good.
I've been out of touch. I've not watched 90 Day Fiance. I have not watched Love is Blind. I have not watched The Bachelor. All my shows, but I have been watching Bel Air, um, Grand Crew, and Abbott Elementary. I guess I'm cheating because they're short and
Mhm.
yeah, although Bel Air is long, but it's good.
I started watching the Kardashians. Like I started from the
Oh,
very beginning, like keeping
girl,
up with the Kardashians. I think I'm on season 4 or 5.
what is wrong with you?
It's just so easy. It's
I mean,
easy.
we are trashy enough with 90 Day Fiance. You can't take it a few thousand notches lower.
It
I
just
mean,
it's so easy to just put on and watch, and like the boys will come in and watch it. Like Lucas is invested in the characters now. Nick will come in and he knows what's going on with the characters.
I don't hate them though. Like I give them credit for turning themselves into businesses. If I could do that, I would.
Yes, exactly. I think they're not that bad. I think they have their moments where they're just delightful, and then other
Yeah.
times where they're just annoying. Sometimes the way they talk gets on my nerves.
Yeah, the vocal, is it called vocal fry where they like
Is that what
talk
it
like
is?
they're
It's
making
just it's kind of like slow and drawn out sometimes. And
I think it's called vocal fry.
is it?
And I just did that right now. Vocal fry. I always have my computer to make sure I research. Vocal fry is the lowest register tone of your voice characterized by its deep, creaky, breathy sound.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe there's a different word for it, but I know there's like a lot of criticism of some people who talk that way and then also end their sentences like they're asking a question. Like I just don't really get it.
Well, I just like it's just fluff to put on in the background. Like especially like I've had a bunch of photo edits the last little bit, so it's just easy to put on for that.
Oh, I see you. Like you're working with that in background. I
Yeah.
would watch it. I just don't have the energy. I'm not a Kardashian hater. I actually give them a lot of credit for like just people who hate them. I'm like, you hate them, but you're clicking and you're commenting,
Exactly.
and guess what? More money for them.
Exactly. So we have
Yeah.
6 minutes left.
Oh, okay.
Do you
Parenting
have
wins?
any parenting wins? I would say your vacation.
I know. I was gonna say like I survived taking two boys of 10 years apart for a brief period. We did 10 years apart on an overseas trip.
Yes. Plus,
And brought them back alive.
you took them and they got to experience it. Not only that you survived, but they have that experience now.
Yeah, I get that is a real win. They have that experience, and this time, Caleb will remember. Theo will probably not remember for a while, but he's got plenty. He knows I have plenty of pictures for him to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And what was your parenting win?
I took them to Wonderland and I stuck it out and I went on a ride. I went on 2 roller coasters, even though it makes me nauseous.
Did you throw up?
I did not throw up, but I got off the one ride because it had like loop-de-loops and stuff, and I felt like I was going to pass out, but I didn't.
Ooh.
I came prepared with Pepto-Bismol and gravel, and I didn't need it.
That's commitment.
I always have Pepto-Bismol and gravel.
Oh, wow.
Always.
I mean, better
You
be
never
prepared.
know. You never know.
Yeah, which is weird. I should be carrying them when I take trips. I never carry them on trips, which should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for this week, but we'll be back in another 2 weeks and we'll see what's going on. We should just catch up randomly.
Yeah.
Just pick like a day, like a Wednesday or something, and we can just talk and not be timed 40 minutes.
Well, if you're using Zoom, yeah.
But we won't have to use Zoom if we're just
Yeah.
generally
Oh,
chit-chatting.
Yeah, like Facebook Messenger.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, I will see you soon. And if the kids are driving you nuts, just threaten them with "Don't make me use my mom voice." Bye.
Bye.
You can follow Don't Make Me Use My Mom Voice on Facebook and Instagram at Don't Make Me Use My Mom Voice, or you can write to us at momvoicepod@gmail.com. We hope you enjoyed the episode. See you next time.